Hello, my name is Michelle O'Neill, and I'm going to talk to you today about writing a novel. If you want more information about me, please stop by my website at www.michelle-o'neill.com. The first thing I want to talk to you about today is where do you get your ideas from? And really, you can get your ideas from everywhere. I suggest that you start keeping a notebook. This is an example of mine with all kinds of notes, stories from beginning to end. Now, these aren't scenes, these are just stories. The next thing I suggest you might want to pick up is a novel. It was written by a literary agent called Evan Marshall. It's called The Marshall Plan for Novel Writing, and this is an excellent book to get. It's what helped me get started. First of all, writing a novel is a very long process, so I suggest that you get some either note cards or you get yourself a notebook and you begin to break down your whole story scene by scene. Now, some people say, well, that kind of ruins the creative process, but the truth is that it frees up your imagination so that you don't have to try to remember where you were in the story and have to backtrack all the time. So get yourself a notebook, get yourself whatever it is that you feel most comfortable with. Now, when you start off with the scenes, you're going to start at the beginning of the story and you're just going to write a scene about what happens there in the story at that particular time. You want to keep track of what date, what is the span of your story. Is it going over 2 weeks? Is it going over several years? And in that way, as you're writing each scene, you can write, for your own notes where you are in the story at that particular time. You're going to write each scene one at a time, just talking about what happens. That's it. And then once you write those, you can label them Chapter 1, Chapter 2, or Part 1, Part 2, and you want to have a full arcing story from beginning to end. And if any of you have done a lot of reading, which I'm sure you have, you know how a story should unfold. It should start with an event, usually something exciting that's happened, and it should have complications, difficulties as the characters go through the story, and the end of the story should be the resolution. Usually, in my particular case, I write a lot of romance, so it should be a happily ever after. And that's it. Check back for part 2.